Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. Rumble received a major patch last night with the new army loadout system, which is a fantastic system. But there are bugs again and other bad news, and let's take a look at all of this stuff. So, the bugs with the new loadout system. Every time Rumble gets a new patch, I of course always try a bunch of stuff, because typically Rumble has broken a bunch of stuff when they release a patch, and then it's immediately obvious, like you just need to load into the game and you see that, hey, this is broken. This time it wasn't. I was able to play for 15 minutes doing various things and everything worked fine. But the more I played, the more I started to encounter bugs, and I have seen on the internet that lots of other people have encountered these as well. So there are lots of bugs that are sporadic, so they don't happen all the time. But sometimes, for example, at one point I spent 5 minutes just trying to get into a game. And then I decided, okay, and I need to get a screenshot of this, and then I need to put it in the video. And then I spent 10 minutes trying to replicate that because the game decided to start working again. So yeah, bugs. First of all, sometimes you're unable to switch your minis in your armies. You get the error failed to swap emote when trying to change minis in your army. And sometimes it even looks like the minis change, but then when you go away and come back, and they are reverted, they are back again, what they were. But trying different ways to switch minis and different slots and moving something else there first, and through some various things that I tried, I eventually managed to change my armies. And sometimes also, like, it just works. Armies work perfectly fine, and sometimes I'm stuck with failed swap emote for minutes. Also, sometimes you're unable to start a game, so we couldn't find a game for you, or the worst version, dungeon play failed. Something went wrong when starting the dungeon mission. Changing your loadout, changing a leader usually helps with this, but I'm not sure how to fix the mid-dungeon bug, so yeah, you might get stuck in a dungeon run. Also, this one I haven't been able to replicate myself, but sometimes you get your leader into your hand multiple times, and I've seen tons of reports of this, so this is very common. Not a visual bug, you can play these leaders, and if you get in the position like in this screenshot where your hand is full of your leaders, then you also must play a leader, you don't have anything else to play. And people use this in PvP. It seems that people are discovering ways to repeat this. I'm not sure, but reports kind of start to indicate that, because people are using Ogrim and Jaina and playing those back to back. And yeah, I don't know yet how to repeat this, but it looks like people are starting to discover ways to do that, which I guess in some ways is good, because if there's a very repeatable way to do this, then that means that there should also be a very easy way to fix it. And potentially as a consequence of all this, the Arthas event has been delayed. Arthas is not coming on the 19th, as was initially planned, and we don't have a new date yet. We only know that the Arthas event is coming soon. Maybe it still comes this week, maybe it comes next week, but it's not coming on the 19th. So it looks like balance changes are going to go live without the event. So balance changes should arrive at any moment, together with hopefully the fixes. So maybe we can get balance changes and fixes on the 19th. But it looks like they don't dare to release the Arthas event into this. And speaking of balance changes, Blizzard yesterday announced another set of balance changes for Onu. So Onu is going to get a health increase to 4,660 from 4,050. And this means that Onu is going to have more health than some of the campaign bosses that you're going to meet, which is kind of crazy. It's just so much health. Then also the Petrified talent will now summon 3 treants on spawn. So apparently that's when you first play Onu. You will get 3 treants, and not when the Petrified mini is going to come up. Although, who knows? I mean, we're only really going to know what the balance changes are once we can test them in-game and see them in the game files. Blizzard's descriptions there have often been balance changes that have never been implemented, and ones that have been implemented differently than they have said, so you just never know. Anyway, the Barkskin talent will also grant armor trait. I mean, it grants armor trait to minis right now. So maybe it grants armor to Onu, I suppose. Perhaps, maybe. 4,660 armored. That would, like, imagine Deadmines with this. Deadmines is almost all physical damage. That's hilarious. And also Onu's single target punch has been changed to a frontal cleave attack. So Onu is starting to become quite a beast on its own. Also fixed an issue that would cause Onu to target enemies from too far away. The range at which he acquires targets should now match most other melee minis. But these are balance changes that are going to come when the balance patch comes. So we already had a list of 22 minis that are going to be changed, and this is going to be one of the minis now, the 23rd mini. But we don't know when that one is coming yet either. I think that one is still scheduled for the 19th without the event. But we'll see. Sad stuff. Loadouts such a huge and pretty good feature when it works, but lots of sporadic issues. So they are quite common, but they don't happen every time. So we'll see. We'll see how Blizzard manages to fix those. Hopefully soon. Thank you for watching. Click like and subscribe if you enjoyed this, and a special thanks to all of my Patreon supporters, YouTube members and Twitch subscribers who make all of these videos possible.